The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
As a small biz pro, I saw we roll, using procurement, program, and control. As a small biz pro, I saw we grow, using procurement, program, and control. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Ooh, yeah. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Ooh, yeah. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Ooh, yeah. Crystal Mitchell, do you have my business plan? Just review the pages of my marketing plan.
And good afternoon and welcome to the Business Zone with Crystal Gilbert and my special guest today, whom I haven't seen in a minute, here in the studio, Miss Dawn Strozier.
Hey, Crystal.
Hey, Dawn. How are you?
Oh, I am blessed and highly favored.
Oh, yes, you are. Yes, you are. So tell me, Miss Dawn, what you been doing since the last time you were in the studio?
Since I've been in the studio, I've been working. Building my empire, and I'm super excited about what God is doing. And I've just been working my plan.
You've been working your plan. That's a good thing.
And planning my work.
Isn't it nice when the plan just comes together?
I didn't say it was coming together, Crystal.
Oh, okay. You're just working the plan. Just working the plan.
I'm staying focused and working the plan. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing when things start to line up or make sense. You know?
Right.
So that's all I've been doing, just working. And that's it.
Okay.
And training you.
Yeah, training me this morning was rough, girl.
Yeah.
I've been doing the, hey, Byron, how you doing? I have been doing the summer biz camp.
Uh-huh.
So on Wednesday, we took the kids on a field trip to LaCrance Innovation Center, which was awesome. But from there, we walked and did a whole tour of the property. Mm-hmm. And then from there, we went to downtown to the alley so that they could do their wholesale trip. So now we walked the whole alley and this morning.
Yes.
I was exhausted.
I can only imagine.
And then we had something interesting happen. So one of our interns, so when we say interns for our biz camp, everyone thinks they're like kids, right? But we hire interns to help us. And so they came, we had 6 interns, but the younger ones are all in their early 20s, and they work for a place where it's like an American Peace Corps, but it's called City Year. It's awesome. They're just awesome. We couldn't have done this camp without them. Oh, really? But one of our camps is more of a lady our age, and she had her aorta valves started to disintegrate. Or have been disintegrating. Mm-hmm. So when she did work with us the year before, right after biz camp, she got real sick. She had to be hospitalized, and they found out. So in that, she was getting her body healthy. So she started eating vegan, working out, doing that kind of stuff, going to an herbalist, and still going to her cardiologist. Yesterday, she had her heart failed.
Really?
So we came back from lunch, and I heard her say, call 911, but it was on the other side of the room, and I thought, what did she just say? And then I turned around, and she's like, no, for real, call 911. And the kids were in the room. They were just filing back in from lunch. And one of the kids was standing there, and I was like, call 911. I was like, oh, no, a kid can't do that. And so then one of the interns was doing, and so we called 911, and she was saying she was feeling this pain in her heart, and that she was feeling dizzy, and she had to go to the bathroom, and she kept saying, I got to get up and go to the bathroom. I'm like, no, because you're talking dizziness. Mm-hmm. And as we're sitting there talking to her, her face went slack, and then her arm went slack. And like, oh my gosh, she's having a stroke.
Wow.
And so we called the paramedics, and they took her in, and so they had to replace her valves last night, emergency surgery. So she was in surgery. So, but right now she is blessed and highly favored as well.
She's alive.
And she's alive and responding. And But wow. But I want to tell you, these young kids they're 12 and 18, they were phenomenal. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw them all sit down, and we had been working on their business plan. They started getting back on their computer and working on they were quiet as church mice while all of this was going on. Only a few of them were looking up trying to see, and then eventually we moved her into the other room, and then they, did all the put the heart thing and run an EKG. And so that was our day yesterday. So needless to say.
Yeah. You've been going through a lot yourself, just period.
Yeah.
You've been. Have you had a chance to grieve? Have you had a chance to really grieve, Crystal?
No, because because it's been so busy, I just yesterday went and secured and did all the business arrangements so that they can cremate my uncle.
Yeah.
And then we're going to be leaving on August 4th I'm actually leaving August 1st to take him, and he's going to be buried in the family plot. In that first weekend in Alabama.
So I need to say this to you.
What?
I need to say this to you. You have to hear me. Even though you may feel great in the process, because you were in the process of doing life, and your uncle's responsibility came up, and then you're still doing life, and then this unsudden death come up, and you're still doing life, and the kids start. And you gotta take a moment. You gotta, even if it's a day.
Okay.
You gotta go and do nothing for a second. Even though you feel okay, sometimes you may not be. And you don't know what's stirring up on the inside. So you have to do some personal self-care. Now you're about to go and take the body.
Yeah.
And I need you to take a moment. You took a moment away from exercising, and I understood it, which actually... No, absolutely not. Because that's the only stress reliever you have. That's the only, and your body recognizes all stress the same. Good stress and bad stress to the body is the same. But what happens is the weakest link, heart, your mental toughness, or your eyes are the ones that's going to pop first. I have a girlfriend in amazing shape, exercising on a regular basis, and assuming she's eating all the right stuff. 40 years young, go blind in March, completely blind. Her eyes popped. She remembers when it happened. Just all of a sudden, she felt herself got a headache. She got extremely hot, and then next thing you know, she couldn't see anyone in the room.
Really? Wow.
And it was off of excitement because her proposal with I believe it was the post office, UPS, got accepted. She could work for UPS or Sprint, so she wrote a proposal, and it got accepted, which means she was going to get some more money, and then she just had a lot, like 2 or 3 great things happen within the company for her, and she got so excited she blew her top.
Oh my God! Wow!
And they told her that she would never regain your eyesight.
But
God, I just have to tell you,
he's right awesome. There. So that's not the case, though, right?
No, that was in March, and through some self-care and through some holistic medicine and herbs that she drops in her eyes. And let me tell you something. I tried the drops. Oh gosh. I don't even know if I could do it. They said it's going to be so painful. So painful. She put them things in my eye because I got a little something going on. One of my eyes, not blind, it's just something. And I said, hey, let's see if the drops will work because they're holistic. And I thought I was dying, literally.
Wow, is that painful?
That painful. If I had to do it every day, I'd rather be blind. But she put it in her eyes every single day. And then, like, the second day, she started to see some signs. So now she can see well. But I'm just saying, you don't know what's stirring up in you.
Yeah, that's true.
If the body registers, if it registers stress the same, whether it's good or bad. Good stress from yesterday combined with bad stress from the day can just cause you to stress out. I need you to take care of you because I need you.
Oh,
and everyone else at the business zone this community needs you well.
I am going to after the kids, which is they graduate on the 26th. Then for the month of August. Then I'm just kind of taking it down. I'm gonna do some workshops.
Yes, but I'm trying to tell you before the kids graduate, we put us off. You gotta even if it's an hour, you gotta find a time every day to do nothing.
Well, that's what my Saturday. That's my Saturdays. Okay. That's why I go play tennis on Saturday morning, and then now Sunday's gonna be a little intense because I got I'm gonna support you.
Oh yeah.
And then
forget everything I just said.
And then I am being honored in the afternoon, and then And then I have the kids. But yes, you're absolutely right. So tomorrow
and
is
tennis
my...
doesn't count because that's what you've been doing. I need to do something different.
You need me
and
to do
I'm gonna force it out of you next week. I'm gonna say, Crystal, what are you gonna go read a good book? I need 1 hour or something.
1 hour or
different
something.
that you haven't been doing.
Just go sit at the beach and just do nothing.
Wiggle your toes.
Yeah, wiggle my toes. Yeah, I
Fall
can do
asleep in
that.
the sun.
So tomorrow I'm going to, my aunt is here, but I'm supposed to help her. But I think
See,
after
look at
tennis,
you.
I'm going to just go take care. Maybe I'll just go to the movies. And just sit and vegetate at the movies.
Yes.
Yeah. But I try.
If you pay my way, I'll go with you.
Okay, I can do that. We can go to the movies. But yeah, you're right. You have to take care of self, and I think it's very, very important for
Another
self.
young friend of mine, 35 years old, had a stroke.
Wow.
Just got the news. He had a stroke. And he does not work a 9 to 5. He's self-employed.
Uh-huh.
But sometimes, you're self-employed, you're working overtime.
Yeah.
It's not, and we think that his life was glamorous. He's making over 6 figures. He's doing a great job. But he has a multi-level marketing company where he has to rah everyone else, And unfortunately, he had a stroke.
Oh,
but
wow.
because he's young enough to recover, we're praying that he recovers well. And trusting God that he has access to all of his limbs.
Yeah. Now, they did say to us, hey, Loretta, they did say that because she did take out time to eat well and change her diet, that she was going to be able to come through this surgery really, really well. And then she did very well at the surgery because she was really adamant about how she was eating. She had reduced the sugars, the salts, all of that sort of stuff, and reduce the stress. And stress coming, like you said, it does come in so many different kinds of ways and forms that, for the most part, you never know when it's about to sneak up on you.
You have no idea.
And just take you out. So, yes, I am going to take heed and listen to you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do that. So
and I want you to call me later and tell me everything I just told you.
Okay. Just in case I didn't hear you.
Is that the truth? No. Stick so I can hear you tell me.
Okay, all right. Oh, I see. Yes, I can do that because you're about as bad as I am.
I may be worse. However.
Right. But we love what we do.
I absolutely love what I do.
So sometimes it doesn't look and feel like work because I love what I do.
So you know what? I went to bed last night at 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the morning. I woke up. Went to bed. I got home at 1:30.
Oh, my.
So, and I just jumped straight into bed. I said, forgive me, Lord. I took a cover out of the closet. You can relate. I'm being transparent and honest. Don't talk about me. I got in at 1:30. I get up at 3:30 in the morning. So last night, no, I could not take a shower. No, I'm single. I have no one laying next to me. So I took a cover, I wrapped up, and called it a night. I had to lay down quick. Some of you understand. And woke up at 3:30.
Oh, my goodness.
Actually. So I probably got into bed around 2:45 after, close to 2 o'clock after I took everything off, just jumped out everything,
just
wrapped myself up.
Now, where were
down.
you to that late? Were you?
I was working on my stuff. You heard me earlier. I was planning my win and working my plan. So.
Yeah, now I do make sure. One of the things that I do. One of the things I do make sure I get in bed at no later than 12:30.
Unless I call you.
Yeah, unless you go. But I try to make sure, and I turn my cell phone off so that there's no interruption.
Oh, that's why you're not answering me.
Yeah, so because I think it is important for that downtime, and sleep is very, very important.
Sleep is for suckers.
Sleep is for that. Well, that's at least what was that? Yeah, that's what he says, but that's what David says.
That's not the sleep he was referring to. But anyway, shout out to David saying sleep is for suckers.
Yeah, David.
I'm up for the 3 o'clock news with all the other winners right there, Thomas.
Yeah, no. No, So we're going to take a quick break and we're going to be back. And today's topic is, I've been doing a series on, we're at the midway point of the year and what should we be doing and looking back over the last 6 months and making sure everything is on target. So the first two, this is part 3. So part 1 and 2 is about revenues and if you're meeting your financial goals, your business financial goals. And 3 was on marketing and looking back at your analysis to make sure you're reaching your target market. But today, and I think you're the best person.
And she switched topics on me. We're going to trust the Lord for his faithfulness.
All right. So we're going to talk about customer service today because I think you're really good at customer
I
service.
thought you said evaluating yourself throughout the year. Looking back on where we are.
Yeah, right. But how do you do that throughout the year?
Okay. I'm confused. But we're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about it. We'll be right back for a break. You're so silly.
Small businesses spend more than $500 million each year combined trying to find missing or replace missing paperwork. Hey small businesses, are you tired of losing out on business opportunities because your paperwork is not in order? And don't you hate having to register in multiple websites just to find a single procurement opportunity that may not even be worth your time? Well, worry no more. Small Biz Pro is the solution to your problems. Small Biz Pro is an all-in-one cloud-based business management, compliance, and procurement assistance software platform that keeps small businesses organized, contract-ready, bank loan-ready, with quick access to procurement opportunities, as well as market research data. Here are some of the features and benefits that you receive when you use Small Biz Pro to run your business daily. Superior record keeping at your fingertips, back office management and compliance, quick access to bids and procurement opportunities in government databases. It allows you to conduct easy market research and gather industry statistics. Government certification preparedness and compliance checklists. Easy HR and general operations management functionality. Bank loan readiness preparation and cash flow management. Certified payroll and labor compliance reporting. Business dictionary with defined business terms. A cloud-based business management platform that keeps small businesses organized and ready, even nonprofits. Business documents securely stored in the cloud. Data fully encrypted and protected by triple firewall reinforcements. On-the-spot document retrieval for quick decision-making. Bank-level data security for compliance. Document expiration alerts and advanced notifications. It uses security restrictions to block out unauthorized users, and much more. Try it out today for only $5 for the first 30 days. What are you waiting for? Go to www.smallbizpro.net and register now, or your competitors will. Small Biz Pro, keeping small businesses organized, business ready, and contract ready. Subcontractors and small businesses are very good at performing their craft. But when it comes to managing their paperwork and efficiently running their business, not so much. That is why Buchanan & Associates, a multiple award-winning supplier diversity business management, technical support, coaching, and compliance.
And welcome back to the Business Zone with Crystal.
And Dawn.
And Dawn. Welcome, Dawn.
Yes.
Oh, wow. So I've been doing a series on the mid-year checkup because I think that's important for business to be able just to review and see where you are and if you're on track for whatever goals you set at the beginning of the year. So I was thinking, and when your business is very people-oriented.
Yes. It's people-oriented. Oh, yes. My business is very, very interesting. Very interesting because if I don't pay attention to my customers, if my customer service is not on point, because what I do is considered for most people, maybe not a luxury, but it's something extra. It's the first thing they get rid of when they run into a financial challenge. So if I'm not creating value for my business every day through developing my relationships, through just taking care of my customer, I could be gone.
Yeah.
I could lose my clientele like overnight. As a matter of fact, a couple of months ago, what is this? This is July?
Uh-huh.
The month of what? This is July, June, August?
Uh-huh.
August 1st, I lost $4,300 in income.
Wow.
Yes. Overnight, at the drop of a dime, with no notice. And the interesting thing was
that April of this year or?
This was it's August, April.
Yeah, April of this
May,
year.
June, May.
May 1st. Wow.
May 1st, I lost $4,300 in income. And let me tell you what
happened. Wow. How did that happen?
Just life.
Wow.
But because customer service, because I am customer service driven in trying to make new friends, make new clientele, reaching out to people constantly, always, I would say networking in a sense, so that I can be drumming up new business for myself, or just taking care of my clients. The people who left came back quickly. They came back in another form. I'm not making as much money as I was with them because they had serious issues. Give an example. One gentleman ended up having to have back surgery.
Ooh. Okay, so there's not even come back in a couple of days kind of.
No.
Yeah.
And it was so sudden. He was doing something and he slipped, fell down some stairs, and it was over. So he has to have back surgery. He's going to be out for a complete year.
Oh, my God.
It happened suddenly. There was no way he can let me know. He called me. As a matter of fact, I think I was on my way to his house. I was on my way to one of them clients. I got the call that I can't even train it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be out for the whole year. And I was devastated. But he thought about being away from me for a whole year, not because I'm beautiful.
But you are.
But because of the, he said, I still need the motivation from you. I still need the conversation. How can you help me? How can you assist me?
Oh,
while
wow.
I am on my back, literally laying in a hospital bed for 2 months, and then, because I think he has been in hospital for 2 months.
Wow.
Or 2 weeks, one or the other, and then afterwards. So he wanted me to work with him on his diet, work with him and his family. He made me a part of his care group. And
really?
Yes, absolutely. Because of the customer service, because of the care I provided to my customer, he was trying to figure a way, how can I get her? You got some motivational tips. Can you hit me? Can you do something? What can we do? Can I work on my toe? Because he wanted to continue to be connected with my energy and what I offer.
Right.
Is that amazing?
So much, and that's interesting because you as the business owner, someone tell you you're injured, you're not even quite sure how you address that, right? Because you don't want to sound like you're not sensitive to their personal needs.
Yes.
At the same time, you understand that it's affecting you on the bank account side. Yes. So that's.
I learned from my mentor, Les Brown, a while ago. He said, look, you can put whatever you want out there, but the world is going to tell you who you are. And they're going to tell you, the world's going to tell you who you are based on how you treat the world.
Right.
So look, at first I said, some people may say, oh, maybe he just likes you. Just went, okay. Well, every last one of my clients that canceled did that.
Wow. So that's something that you're doing.
That was proof that it's me. Yeah. Because I remember asking Gil, I want to learn how to sell. And Gil said, oh, no, you know how to sell. You already do, Dawn. I watch you. I listen to you. You know how to sell. And you're your best. You're a walking billboard. You sell when you walk in a room.
Yeah, you do. You do.
So he said, no, you're on track with that. He said, so the energy you provide, the eye contact you give your clientele, all of that is so important. Your clients will tell you who you are and how well you're doing in your business. So every last one of my clients found a way. I think I lost 4 clients, and they were they were clients that have been with me for a long time. So they were clients I could build my life on.
Right.
So I was kind of hurt when they had to go. Another client ran into the end of the glass table, and shattered his knee.
Oh my gosh. So these are all things that you have no control over.
Another client had to, got a call because he was going back and forth to Bakersfield, got a call. They relocated him to Bakersfield in a matter of a day. He was like, I'm moving this weekend. These are clients that have been my lifelong clients. And then when you're purchasing good customer service, your clients' holidays will tell you.
Yeah, because
I have a client that him and his wife, I have not, since they've been my clients for the last maybe 5 years now, I haven't paid for gas.
Oh.
Every time I go to their house, they're gassing up my car and they're washing it.
Wow. So that's awesome.
Yeah, so your clients, they end up loving you and showing you the same kind of care. So customer service is so crucial to the success of your business, and it can be as simple as just going the extra mile. Anthony Robbins says, give more of what anyone would expect of you.
Yes.
That's one of his quotes. And in return, they'll love you back.
And I think that's the biggest key with customer service is, some people do business in a way that, if I'm working with you every second, I need to be making sure I'm getting paid, and I'm not going over and above that, right?
Yeah.
They have that type of attitude in maintaining their business, whereas I think those of us that do customer service is key in our businesses, then you do go past that sometimes. Sometimes you go over and above that, because in the long run, I think it does come back to you. I know it comes back to you.
They used to say, don't get so personal. That's your clientele. No, we're creating families.
Right.
When you have a small business, I'm a firm believer in that. I've had clients that have been with me. I started training 18 years ago.
Wow.
I started training, and I have clients that have been with me that long.
And that's an industry that, your industry is one that you could lose weight and think, okay, I'm perfect, right? I don't need to go to a trainer. I don't need to go back to a gym. And then, then 6 months later, they're back, if not worse than they were. So now it's like, okay, she told me this. Do I suck in my ego and go back to her, or do I go to somebody else?
Let me tell you how I think, and I'm not bragging, I'm just saying.
Uh-huh.
I'm not bragging, I'm just saying.
Just saying.
I think that and this is one reason why I love what I do. I think I have maybe I'll say it's a gift. I think I have a talent at making people feel absolutely incredible. I think I have a talent making people feel like they can tackle the world, because my clients I make them feel so great. They go out and try to get licensed as trainers.
I think that's good. I think is that good?
It's okay because what happens is I believe that I edify them. I tell them that they're doing great. I teach them steps to encourage and motivate themselves. I teach them, once taught, twice learned. Okay. Go teach someone else how to make good diet choices. Share this with your family, because in doing that, you're going to hear yourself give the information. Right. You're going to become an expert. You're going to want to live what you talk about. Right. So that's how I do it. I try to get my clients to share with a family member or a friend. Okay. Because then you put yourself in an expert position. You put yourself in a position where you're sharing the information. So now you're forced to what? Live it out. Right?
Exactly.
So I had a few of them go license to become trainers.
I think you did your job too well.
Too well. Oh my God. But they end up now, I wasn't nervous because I have a trainer. Okay. And I think I'm one of the best in the world. Right? So I have a trainer.
So have you always had a trainer?
Always. Since the same guy I trained with when I first stepped into Gold's Gym Venice at 20 years old, that's the same person who licensed me as my mentor to today. Mm-hmm. Charles Glass is my trainer, mentor. Also the machine. We call him the machine.
The machine, because it means he's more of a machine than you.
Yes. Reggie.
Is that where you learned that from?
I have two trainers. When I can't get to Charles, I'm with Reggie. When I can't get to Reggie, I'm with Charles. They're the same to me because they're both that great, very innovative. Mm-hmm. I think everyone in the world has a trainer. Right. The best in the world still has a trainer. I can't see my back. I can't see my panoramic view. So I need somebody to get. I got dreams. I got goals. I ain't married yet. I want to keep it right. So. I know from my standpoint, and I've never really been one for the training, and I work out and do what I do, but I do think when I'm not there, I always think, what is Don? Okay. Exactly.
Don is going to be, okay, all right, and sometime in the morning I wake up and going, unless I have a real, I'm thinking, no, I better get there because Don is
call and say, I'm not going to make it today. They treat me so. I've developed this reputation. They call and tell me I'm not going to come. Usually, when I first started, people just cancel. They just don't show up. Right. Now I get the respect of a call, so I'm not going to make it. Why they're not going to make it, I see you Wednesday, whatever, whatnot. Well, I created that. And so my clientele has let me know that the customer service I put out, I'm getting it back in return. Right. It's just amazing. I absolutely love it. So we talked about how, so funny, we talked about how they end up gaining the weight back. Right. So I'm a firm believer in giving your clientele the best. Right. Give them all the information you can so that they can win. Mm-hmm. And then they'll stay with you because of who you are. Mm-hmm. And then you hold back just that little that little main thing that kind of gives you that edge. And that keeps them coming back for more. And then motivation. Yeah. I mean, even though you're tough, this morning my knee was all kinds of stuff was happening this morning. I was like, well, your knee's bothering because I haven't been there. You haven't been here, so it gets tough. It gets a little stiff. What's funny is I found a few articles on knees aching and injuries. And these couple of articles talked about most people want to stop moving because their knees ache.
And you should be
moving all the more.
Okay. Well,
because you want to. In some cases, I'm not saying if you have an injury, if you know that you have a not a meniscus, we can work through a meniscus. That's so common. But if you know that you got something serious going on, then you need to elevate and get the inflammation out and all that. But sometimes it's good to keep moving to stabilize those muscles around the side. So when the people say they got knee injuries, I'm going to send you a couple articles. I get it, y'all. They start running.
Get on back out there. Go, come on. Well, as soon as with the kids, I will be back full time.
Yeah.
And so, yes. Hey, Stacy, how are you?
That just goes to being well informed about what you're doing so that you can have an answer.
Yes, well, I have an answer.
Customer service. You got to know your business.
Yeah, you got to know your business. So, and especially with a business like yours, because your business, like I said, is very one-on-one. At the same time, you're caring and motivation. You have to motivate people. What have you learned from over the years, some of the tips and techniques that you have that have carried you over the 18-year period that you've been in business? And
the number one thing is build relationships. Let people know that you care about you, because it's across the board. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And it's not because I have a small business I'm able to do this. These are principles that I've learned that happens in big businesses. You have to create relationships with your employees, right? As well as your, your clientele. You need to build relationships, let people know that you care, and sometimes give a little bit more. When you give a little bit more, you'll get that customer retention that you're looking for. So I had a client recently that said, you know what, financially it's tough for me. My son is going off to school, and I get this a lot. And people don't necessarily think it's tough for me because I don't have any children or whatever or not. But because, and she, I say, hey, you know what? Well, we're making such great progress. I don't want you to. I see too much value in all that I can get from her, and I see too much value in her losing track of what we're creating. She's doing great with her weight loss. I said, well, let me ride you this month, and then I said, do me a favor.
Bring in somebody.
Find me some customers.
Right,
and that goes a long way. So sometimes it's okay to let the printing, a small order, it's on me this time. And then they're going to talk more about your business. So I've learned to give more. Number one is practice customer care. Care about your customers. Show that you just not getting the dollar. Number two, I've learned give more for yourself than anyone would expect from you. It's okay sometimes to let someone ride. They remember that.
Yeah, exactly.
They remember that. And if they don't,
then somebody else do.
God does.
Yeah,
universe,
that's so true.
Whatever you want to call it, it comes back. I'm a firm believer of that. Given it shall be given. The Bible says, shake down, pressing together, runneth over, shall man give back into your bosom. Listen, it says, with the same measure you give, it'll be measured back unto you.
Right.
That's a universal principle. So as I give freely, it comes back all the time. So that's number 3.
In your feedback, so everybody has different ways to get feedback to find out if they're on track with their customer service. In my business, usually after a workshop or a seminar or whatever, I send out a survey or get a feedback survey done then and there. What do you use for feedback?
Same thing, but I set myself up in a way so that I don't get negative feedback. What tends to happen with small businesses, and so with small businesses, you sometimes people just go on a rant about what they don't like, and you need to change this, you need to change that. And I know where I'm going. I'm focused. I know what my vision is. People don't know your vision, so sometimes I don't get into what. I phrase it in a way. Tell me what you like most about what I do.
Okay.
And that kind of. And sometimes I think they're going to say one thing and they don't. They say something totally different, which kind of checks me on what I thought was so great.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
So you got to find creative ways to, because I used to put myself out there all the time. Tell me what you think I should improve. And that opens me up to a lot of criticism and a whole lot of what they think I should be doing. And I don't want that in my business. So I want you to, I don't really, because it sometimes it can kind of ruin your self-esteem. It kind of make, it's just disheartening. It can hurt. Right?
Yeah, no, for
so
sure.
I asked, what did you like the most about how I train you, or what do you like the most about how I lay out your diet, or the way I teach you, or how I support you? And they'll tell you, so what do you like the least? In a way to where they're not giving me so much of their, their what I think you should be doing. It'll grow better if you do this, you do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so to keep them, and that also keeps them positive and motivating, motivating you as well as themselves.
It keeps me happy. Feeling great.
Most importantly, keeps you happy, right?
I used to open myself up to that often. I don't anymore. I'm at a place in my business where because I do a lot of industry study. Mm-hmm. I do a lot of industry study with my business, and I know what's going on. I do a lot of I have my mentors that I follow, and I'm watching what works. Because success leaves clues. There's really nothing new. When you tweak something that someone else does. When the George Foreman grill came out, what happened? Yeah. Right? It was very successful. And everybody else, as soon as that patent was available, they tweaked it.
So I'm gonna tell you, you just made a comment earlier this week, last week. The kids, we have coaches come in to talk to the kids in the biz camp, and so we had a guest that came over on Monday, and that statement. Success leaves clues. So whenever I talk to the kids, and we're talking about competition and making sure that they understand who their competitors, and then I'll say, so what was that phrase that that so and so, our guest, his name is Michael Ferrer. You know Michael Ferrer? Okay. So Michael, he was saying that was his spiel. Right. That was what he told the kids, and that success leaves clues. So when I was working through the kids on identifying who are their competitors and talking about businesses, that all businesses have competitors, and then you use those clues. So I just heard, we just heard that.
Competition is. You know what they're doing. They're successful for a reason.
Yeah.
And it's okay to know your competition. It's not okay to stalk them, but you want to know because your competition is actually leading the industry and where it's going. So you need to know what they're doing. You need to know the trends of the industry, and that's important to good customer service as well. So.
In fact, let's take a quick little break. We are over at 4 today, and then I'm going to come back and let's talk about competition, because in your line of work, your competition could be standing right next to you.
It always is. It always is.
Observing everything that you do.
And I have to be okay with that.
Right. So let's talk about that. So we're going to take just a quick break, and we'll be back.
Subcontractors and small businesses are very good at performing their craft. But when it comes to managing their paperwork and efficiently running their business, not so much. That is why Buchanan & Associates, a multiple award-winning supplier diversity business management, technical support, coaching, and compliance firm is here to help you. Buchanan & Associates possesses core competencies in small business paperwork and government compliance, back office management and business support, business infrastructure and organizational development, light rail transportation program management, assisting small businesses in packaging and submitting their minority, woman-owned, and disadvantaged business enterprise certifications. We even match you up with contract opportunities. Buchanan & Associates has delivered more than 7,500 hours of training to subcontractors by preparing them to become business-ready, contract-ready, and bank loan-ready with the ability to quickly access key documents in seconds. Buchanan & Associates helps subcontractors accurately prepare, manage, and submit certified payroll, contract compliance, and labor compliance reports to primes so that they can get paid on time without delays. If you need to meet your disadvantaged business or small business enterprise participation goals, Buchanan & Associates can help you. If you need a qualified and experienced firm to oversee your subcontractors so that you can successfully complete your projects, Buchanan & Associates can help you. We help all businesses organize and set up their company the right way so that they can formally pursue contracts. Buchanan & Associates has assisted subcontractors and primes secure more than $90 million in contract awards. What are you waiting for? Contact Buchanan & Associates today, the small business paramedic. Go to www.thebuchanangroup.net and begin saving now.
And we are back with the
back.
Business Zone with Crystal.
And Dawn.
Hi. So we were having a great conversation on how we maintain our customer service and some of our techniques and tips that you'd like to share and with our guests.
So we just talked about showing that you care is important. A simple thank you and just being respectful, showing how much you care for your clients go a long way. It helps you with customer retention, building that friendship where you can. If possible, we talked about giving more for yourself than anyone would expect of you, which is really, really important. It's okay sometimes to give something away free. I talked about how I let a client recently just ride out the month and trust God will step in and bless me.
Yeah. And
Which
he
always does.
When you're on point with what you're doing, that's exactly what happens. I also today, in fact, I was talking to someone today at the kids' sale day, and it was a lady, and one of the interns said, "Crystal, people seek you out." Yeah. So I was on the other side of the room behind a screen, and this young lady had come in earlier. She pretty much went through and talked to the kids. She went around, and we're like at the last 20 minutes of sale day. And she goes, "You're the only one in the room I haven't met, and I think I'm supposed to meet you."
Oh, too funny.
And then she says, "And I think I know you from somewhere." And I'm looking and I'm thinking, I don't know. She goes, "The Bellas?" And I said, "Yeah, but we're still trying to place me in the Bellas."
Right.
And she couldn't figure out where. She goes, "I didn't meet you at Alicia's house because the last time I was there was a small group." And so she goes, "But anyway, I'm supposed to have met you, and something told me, but I have seen you somewhere." And she goes, "And something about you I remember." So it's again. So I know you must get that
service you put out.
I know, but you must get that. Obviously, just you are a walking billboard for what you do. So that really makes people remember you. Yeah. Is there any other things that in what when you're delivering and talking to other clients and people that when you run into people that they remember you based upon what you're just doing, your regular stuff? Just
edifying people and making them feel good will always allow them to remember who you are. Because what people like to talk about themselves more than anything, right?
Yes. That's so true.
That's a true statement. Most people like to talk about themselves. When you usually edify someone and be authentic with it. I mean, you can find something great about everyone, not just their clothing. There's something good in everybody. Even the worst person, I believe there's something good in everyone. So you can find something positive to say. Affirm them in some type of way, and people usually remember that because everyone's going through something.
Yes, that's true.
Everyone is going through something. If they're not, just hold on, it's coming.
Yeah,
that you give them a word
that's a mouthful.
They remember that.
Yes.
So, yeah, trying to leave people on a positive note allows folks to remember who you are. When the room is crowded and everybody else is gone, they remember you later.
Right, that's exactly. That's amazing. So with that, do you find being in a competitive industry, because you are, that you outshine in some areas, and that even though, because your customers, your competitors are always standing right next to you, especially because you work out in public gyms, right? Centers. So how do you, because it's easy for a client to be distracted, right? Yeah. Or if you're in a sense in their mind a little tougher than they see somebody else on the other side. So how do you deflect that kind of stuff?
I don't really know.
Okay.
Because I think there's always going to be someone that's prettier. There's always going to be someone with more muscles, more in shape, who's been in the business industry longer, thinking, what are you doing? So what I try to do is just be nice. Sometimes you can kill people with kindness. You can be remembered just by what comes out of your mouth. That really sets the tone of the difference from person to person. It's how you relate to others, how you treat everybody. So the fact that I do a lot of, and I'm not saying other trainers don't, but I kind of motivate from a biblical perspective.
Okay.
I usually give a lot of scripture because I want some facts to kind of back up what I'm saying.
Okay.
I find that it just opens the door for me to create some amazing relationships and people to call me later for a number of things. I had a young man who is homosexual, And regardless of what my position in the homosexuality, I love people for people. I found a way to love people for who they are and let God deal with all that. Because at the end of the day, I'm here to share the good news of the gospel, and I can't do that if I'm closed off to who you are.
Right.
So I let him be who he is. One day he came in, he had on some shorts. I said, them baby briefs you got on, brother. Who are you trying to catch? Where is he at? Where is he? Well, that opened a conversation, whether if it was right or wrong from a Christian's perspective. I just related to him to where he was. And then from that point, we started talking. And then one day he came up to me and asked me something about the gospel. And then I shared. And then he came back 3 days later and said, I was thinking about what you said, Don, and don't believe none of it. He said, but I want to tell you, thank you for making the environment so open to where I'm okay with asking you questions. And it may lead to me asking you another one.
Oh, wow. So you were able...
Then he became my client.
You became your client?
Yes.
Wow.
He wasn't my client then. I just created a relationship by meeting him halfway.
Yeah.
And then that opens the door for me to plant and to water in his life. I can't do that if I'm being not just loving people for who they are.
Yeah.
And just trying to be, just exemplifying Christ's likeness. Or just being nice. I think that sets me apart from some people. And it's not necessarily about competing at all. Because I think we all can be great. I think we all have our own, before the foundations of the world, I think our it's not a lie. It's not what I think. The Bible says that God already wrote out every chapter of our life and he predestined our end. All we got to do is step in the foundation that he already set. I don't have to do what you're doing. I'm going to do what he called me to do. Right. We all can be great. It's enough money for everybody.
Right, exactly.
It's enough people for everyone. So I can be me and let you be you. And I find that sometimes when the competition's so great for me, like I had a young lady, every time I would do something, she'd do it. And everybody would notice it. They would say, why are you doing this? Every time you do something, she doing something. You do a jump, she do a jump. The same exact one.
Wow.
I had to, and I loved her. I didn't have a problem with her, but for me to not create any animosity, I had to disconnect from whole social media. I had to stop watching what she was doing. Oh, okay. And then I had to tell my friends, hey, just respond to her and applaud her. She's doing her thing. It wasn't about who did it better. She's doing her thing. Applaud her. I don't need to hear it anymore.
Right. Okay.
You know,
and right, because everybody, like you said, there's plenty of money to go around, plenty of clients, especially in a world where a lot of us are not taking care of our health and our wealth and our bodies anyway. Right.
Social media has made it so that everybody's a trainer. You got a great body, you a trainer. Right. Exactly. You got half people ain't licensed, so having your credentials in place will set you apart. Yeah. And then just having that what's your unique selling opposition, a unique selling position, that's important. Know what yours is. I know what mine is. Right. So that's your. Well, I taught the kids this week with their SWOT, your strengths, weaknesses, your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Yes. And if you know how they are, and then knowing what your competitive advantage is. But your business is broader than just training. Yeah, it is. So tell me more about what is your business? Oh my gosh, if I tell you that, I have to kill you. Yeah. But it's beyond just all the secrets. But not all the secrets. It's just so the world will know exactly what you do. You know what? I've always felt like, so this is how, I don't know if you guys have read the book. Oh, I can give you that book. Okay. That's wrong. Forgive me, Lord. There's a book that says, I can't tell you that one. Okay. I'm still learning the principles of it. Okay. But we talked about the book that James, what's the basketball player? LeBron James. No, LeBron James. LeBron James psychologist wrote. What was it called? Champions? Oh, okay. I think we talked about that book. And, I think that's the name of it. I'll look for it in a minute about Champions. The book is so absolutely amazing. I've always, and it talks about having a coach, what a life coach can do for you, any kind of coach, just someone that you are, that's helping you gauge your life. I've always felt if I had a coach when I was younger, if I had a coach, I'd be further along. Other nationalities, they're getting their kids at young ages, they're finding their kids, life coaches, and they're going to therapy before issues come up, that's giving them that winning edge. Yeah. I tell you. And you really, truly do need that, because you need it from a different perspective than your own. So when I was 13 years old, I always said, I want to be what what I don't have. I want to be what I don't have to someone else.
Okay.
I want to be that source of motivation. I want to be that rah for someone else. That person that just encourages them to run and run hard and run fast.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I desire to do. I'm speaking motivationally. I got a book coming out.
Fantastic.
I'm not on track to just do what I've been ordained to do. That's to share the gospel first and foremost. I was ordained to share the good news of the gospel and then motivate people to be their absolute best because God called us to do some unique and incredible things.
Okay.
And we need people believing in us to do it.
Okay, so book coming out. Look at you.
I'm opening my gym again.
Oh, I can't wait.
Just so that you know. The gym only closed. I had a gym for 12 years and I absolutely loved it. The gym only closed because the owner lost the building. And losing the building, we got a new owner of the building, and then we got a new owner, and that's a residential property, unlike commercial property.
Commercial property, unlike residential.
Commercial, unlike residential, your lease goes out the window.
Yeah.
When you get a new owner of the building,
they can easily ask you to leave.
In a residential property, they got to take the tenants.
Right.
They can pay for them to leave, but my thing went up from I turned from 1,500 to 38 market value. It was crazy.
Wow.
31. There was no way I could sustain that.
Yeah.
So I said, let me bow out of this gracefully. My 5-year lease was up there, and I left. So 12 years in, I loved it. I felt like it was definitely where I was supposed to be. It was called the aerobics room. But let me tell you, we are coming back in a very short period of time. I'm super excited. And this is where
That's how I met you, because I was looking for a Zumba class, and because I had done my Zumba on my own with my television. I have a whole collection, and I have a whole collection of CDs and also digital products. And I was like, that might be nice. I know the steps now. I need a live Zumba class, and I went and researched, and I looked for all the Zumba classes in the area, and I came upon yours, and you had so much energy, and I was like, okay, I'm going, and then that's how I met you.
And I thank God for you because we've become really close friends.
We have.
I introduced you to everybody you know.
Yes, you have.
You're a Bella because of me, and I want the world to know that she's a Bella
because of you.
Me.
I met Alicia because of you.
And I am going to tell them she met Alicia through me, and then they had the nerve to try to hook up behind my back. I stopped that real quick.
But we didn't change all of that, right? We're besties. All of us is
a three-way
bestie thing. We made that clear a couple weeks ago.
Because somebody was hating on the competition.
So we wanted to make sure we made it clear.
And this has been an amazing partnership.
It has.
Because I think we all have some of the same strengths. But the good news is I can step aside and let Crystal be the networking guru, and Alicia be the collaborating guru. I think I have networking skills myself that are
you got some awesome networking skills, girl. Yours even top mine's actually.
No. We all speak, and I think it's just great.
Yeah, I think so. It was a coming together. The Lord made it happen. He made the aerobic room the conduit. Yes. And now you're moving into your next space, and that's phenomenal.
You know what else is birthed from the aerobics room? I'm saying this because the new gym is going to birth some great things. I can't tell you right now. I'm going to be back on the shelf just to talk about what's happening because I believe it's going to be absolutely phenomenal. Okay, so the aerobics room actually birthed the Bella. You didn't know that. I was doing my book club. I was modeling. You saw her.
Yeah, I saw that. I was there for that. I
got to show y'all my videos from the book club. We was learning some stuff. And here come Alicia. I want to do this thing, but will you help me? So I had to put me on hold. Hopefully she's not watching. I had to put me on hold for my best girlfriend so we can go off and be Bellas. You know, that's what I did for her because I love her. I put my book club that had like 100 people involved.
Yes.
And we were on our way to Oprah's.
And then here come the Bellas. But yeah, there was some
I'm responsible for a lot of stuff around here.
Yeah, you are. And we do appreciate it all of it. It's been phenomenal, and I'm looking forward to.
Yes.
And you encourage me because there's things, I've had a book in the making, so I'm going to be working on that. Some of the downtime I'm going to take in August is going to be that.
Did my radio show start before this one? It did.
Yeah.
So my radio show, I've been creating people. Trainers, radio
Yes,
hosts.
your radio show was before mine.
I'm just saying, you hang with me, you'll be great. I birthed this show.
Yep, you were doing it. I did come on your show.
I'm just joking.
I did come on your show before my show, though. I think
I'm known to take credit for everything.
You're too funny. But actually, the person that really birthed the business zone was Mother Love.
Yes, you told me that.
Yeah, so
I knew that.
I went on her show and I absolutely loved it, and so I realized that I got a talent for this.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah, and so and I wanted to have this, but then I did come on your show a couple times.
But I don't take responsibility.
Yeah, but you have some actually connections that I think will be very beneficial for me to take my show and take a show, and I want to do something that's, I don't know, network involved, and
Absolutely.
I think we're going to do some great things
We
there
are.
as well.
This is just the start.
Yeah, we got some.
So you
good
guys
stuff.
haven't seen me for a moment only because I was mad working on my masterpiece. But I'll be back. I'm back once a month.
Once a month, yeah, that's cool.
Yes.
And so for those we're coming to the close. We've reduced changed our format temporarily right now to an hour show. We were going to actually feature businesses for 15 minutes of the show. And so we have an advertisement and a marketing campaign going on. So if you're interested in being featured on the Business Zone and you have 15 minutes to talk about whatever you want, has nothing we won't be interviewing you, it's your spot. And so we're looking to expand our listenership. And one of those ways is to make sure that there's a spotlight on all the fantastic businesses that are in our community, so that everyone gets to know who you are. As marketing is probably the most paramount part, in addition to customer service. But people need to know who you are and what you do.
So they need to know where to find me.
Right. So how do they find you, Miss Dawn?
Tomorrow morning. No, Sunday morning at 10 a.m. You can find me. Unfortunately, the tickets are sold out, but you can find me. I'm one of the panelists, one of the speakers at Hey Girlfriend Network. I am super excited for Cynthia. Go to Hey Girlfriend Network and just watch what's going on. She has an amazing group of women every year. We get together. About 1,000 women will be in the room, and we're going to have a great conversation. And then Sunday night, I'll be hosting the Black, what is it called?
Rodeo.
I had no idea so many people love the rodeo.
Yes,
so
it's
about
big.
10,000 people is going to be there. I'm hosting the gospel celebration part, the gospel competition. It doesn't matter. I don't need that little part. It's gotta be big. They'll know I'm there.
So you're gonna go from your fancy duds to your country western duds,
that I don't have
all in a day.
I'm super excited.
I'm going to be there to support you in the morning session.
Yes,
and then in the afternoon, I'm being honored with Dr. Cosette White.
Yes.
Dr. Cosette's doing a two-header too.
She'll be
and so
with me in the morning.
She's doing an inaugural all-white event for women that she selected, and that's going to be at Harold and Bell's from 4 to 8, I think it is. And so I'll be with you from 11 to 3, isn't it, or something? 10 to 3.
Yeah, 10 to 3. We got to be. You and I have to be there at 10 because you rolling with me.
Okay.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
3.
And then the week after, I am being honored. So this came up last week. There's a young lady, and I want to introduce her to you, but she has a magazine, a publication, it's a digital publication called Bodacious Bold Black Women.
Oh, that's me.
And but this part is not you. Bodacious Bold Black Women over 50.
Oh. No, I'm
that's you. So he sent me an email and asked me would I like to be in their inaugural premiere issue.
Wow.
So and then they're going to have the big kickoff on July 27th.
Wow.
And it's going to be a fashion show and everything at Baldwin Hills Plaza. So I'm going to be featured in the first initial magazine edition. So I'm excited about that.
Congratulations.
I know. Huh? And then my co-partner Jackie B at Recycling Black Dollars. We're being honored in August 11th by Consolidated Realty.
Awesome.
Yeah, so
I'm super excited for you.
yeah, so it's pretty cool. And I got the kids, you know, they're graduating on the 26th of July. And we're so excited.
Yes.
So, and then I'm looking, I want to do some more stuff with the kids. So we're going to stay tuned. I'm going to do some more things. We're looking at how we can expand that to a year-round program. Because I just absolutely awesome. I just love the kids. That really just has a place in my heart where I'm helping kids become the best that they can be.
Yeah, we're helping kids. I'll be there on Tuesday.
Yeah. So yeah, you coming. Don's coming on Tuesday.
I'm coming to talk to kids on Tuesday.
Yes. So we are, wow, this hour went by fast as the 2 hours used to go by really fast. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in to the Business Zone. Don, thank you for guest co-hosting with me today.
Thank you so much for having me. Follow me, please, all social media. Dawn Strozier, DAWNSTROZIER. Thank you.
All righty. And you guys can check us out at the Business Zone, and the BusinessZoneLive.com is our standing blog. And we will see you next week. Tune in to us on YouTube and Facebook Live. Have a fantastic week. I'm going to take a rest day tomorrow. And then on Sunday, I am going to be hanging out with you until you go to the rodeo.
Yes, awesome.
All right, guys, have a great weekend, and we'll see you then next week.
As a small biz pro, I saw we roll, using procurement, program, and control. As a small biz pro, I saw we grow, using procurement, program, and control. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah, I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Oh yeah. Crystal Mitchell, do you have my business plan? Just review the pages of my marketing plan. Crystal Mitchell, do you have my business plan? Just